It's the children, you know what I mean? The children probably have seen many politicians like that many times. But what I just don't understand is, what is it really going to take to provide housing protection? If you can't provide housing and whatever for them, what is it going to take to provide security for them and make them return back to their respective communities and homes? Support them to rebuild their community, return them back to their communities. Is that not going to save a lot of handout that people can go there and say, okay, we are here to give you Coke, we are here to give you Fanta, and everybody, hey, we are drinking Fanta today. A charity organization just came. They brought 100 crates of Fanta. Really? Thank God. When was the last time that's exactly. Then all the cameras are there, everyone is there, and all that. For me, I want you to now look at, if the government, if you have a responsible government, Obaseki. Now, if you ask Obaseki and those who are Obaseki people now, you know what they are going to say? Is it the Obaseki fault that the Nigerian army is not protecting them? But Abba, is Obaseki not the Edo governor? Is he not from Edo? Like, how do you actually feel watching that video as a government? And then you are telling yourself, there's nothing we can do. We can't really help them. The federal government of Nigeria is not responding. For example, let's say Bokwari ignored. Tifnumbu is ignoring them. Oshiomole, Obaseki, these are your people, right? But they would rather go there and give them handouts, donate money. This is a camp. It's now their home. And if you can find your way out of the camp, a lot of things that will be going on there, abuses, assault, including sexual abuses. Who are they going to report to? Who is even going to listen to them when they have been conscripted into that situation of now their lives have changed from where they were managing their lives in their communities to now where they are now living in makeshift? And come on, man. So they see them now as, well, we're just like, this is their life now. This is who they are now. Anybody who wants to help them should come here and help them. When there's actually no real plan for them, other than let somebody come and pay for the WAEC. If nobody comes to pay for, or if somebody donates money and the money is not enough to pay for the external examinations or education materials or some of them, where are they even going to go to school? Because the government is helpless, Abi. I don't know. I'll leave you to that. Here is another person talking about the experience of having a Nigeria passport, right? You see, one thing I did tell myself, and I actually believe it. Listen, you don't have to. I do say that to myself, and I believe it. Nigeria is a country whereby that you are born a Nigerian. Inside that Nigeria, that they register and say you are Nigerian, you are automatically 4-0 down, using the football terminology now. Okay? It's like going into a match, this world, and the world is already leading you by 5 goals. And here you are, unprepared, and you still have to fight it. But if you are born a Nigerian one, and your parents are among the criminals ruining Nigeria, right? Automatically, you have extra 2 goals in your kitty. That means the world is still leading you, okay? But the fact that you were born, they won. You are like 2-4. Because your parents are among those who have destroyed Nigeria, benefited from it, monetized the problems of Nigeria before you were born. And according to them, they were putting the money away for people like you. So then they will send you abroad to go and get better education. Not because they want you to better the country. It is to bring you to par with the rest of the world. So you have the money. You don't have to work for it. Then you access the best education, which means you can mingle with the best of the best in the world. By so doing, you are exposed to what the world is exposed to. But you see, the rest of us, we be say, some people were born with silver spoon. Some of you were born with a wooden spoon. Some of us, they're not born us with spoon at all. And guess what? They can't tie our hands for our back. Now, skill. Life, survival. Now we take on loose their hand. And that's how some of you, despite your background, you still managed to acquire the best education you can. And some of our parents actually did a lot. That what they prevented them from seeing, they ensured that some of us actually had a chance. Not all of us, right? And that is why you will realize that instead of the oligarchs ruining Nigeria at this point, right, to at least use their children that they are investing the stolen money on, use the education they acquire and bring that back to you. No, they decided to keep you in that perpetuity of blindness, archaic syllabus, the ones that is still teaching you about things that people don't even care about anymore. Anyway, now you see those of you or those of us that our parents actually invested on to be able to see further, never to be deceived, never to be limited. The oligarch decided to buy some of you over because we would have been the threats. Because what majority can see, education would have allowed you to see it. And there is no way if you are really educated that you will settle for mediocrity, because you will be putting your life in danger too, no amount of money you make. Unfortunately, they were able to buy over some of those who came from that humbled background, who are so scared of the poverty that they decided to just play ball, join them in legitimizing the destruction of Nigeria, giving excuses. And here we are today. If you are not in that category of those who have kind of managed, right, to one, either meet up with what the world is, to the point that some people, it's not about even money. It is about that identity. Now, that identity, some people have been denied so many opportunities internationally, simply because they are from Nigeria. Yeah, of course, many people have also gained so many international opportunities because they are from Nigeria, Abi. No, it's not because they are from Nigeria. It's because they prove beyond doubt that they are not like the rest of other Nigerians. I am better. Yeah, that's how majority actually like sort of a bridge it too. Now, don't let me get you confused, okay? The bottom line is this. If you have none of these privileges, you do not have the second passport, American, Canadian, British, and the rest of that, right? You do not come from the lineage of those who have been generationally, feeding off Nigeria, because they were so scared of poverty. So they had to save so much for their generations unborn. Now, if you don't come from that lineage of that generation, right, then you probably come from mine, the one that you have to actually work for everything you own. And then you have to watch others who never work for anything launder all of that away by taking by plundering what they take from you away. And you kind of feel like, do I have a chance of fighting back or not? So the world leads you by over 5-0. But here is some few leverage some people also use without using all the ones I've mentioned. Education. When you get educated, if you have education and skill, any sort of any life skill, you are going to be like a 2-step up. The world will still be leading you by 3-0. I mean, it's 3-0, right? But you see, with your education, there is now a chance for you in a real country, in a real system, not a criminal contraption like that contraption Nigeria. Because of that, you will now begin to build yourself and you begin to build your wealth. And by so doing, you may even jump from step 2 to step 4 because education opens your eyes to so many things. Then you can try a lot of things. You will fail, you will succeed, you will fail, you will fall, you will, all of that. But all of that depends on the environment you are living and those who are deciding what is right and what is wrong for that society. In a place where you have state capture like Nigeria, where criminals are where lawbreakers are the lawmakers, where criminals are the executioners, you stand no chance. So a lot of people, despite that education, which has been sort of adulterated anyway, right? Now, because despite that education, they are still poor. A lot of them, despite their hard work, they are still poor. Why? Because rogues are making policies that will keep you poor. It is what it is. You can't carry the passport and you are wondering, why is the rest of the world treating us like this? Eh? We are the Guinea, we are the giant of Ibicon, we are all of that nonsense you tell yourselves. But you ignore the entire fabric that make up the entire contraption, that it is so haggard enough, so dirty, stinking. There is no amount of aftershave or spray or deodorant you want to use to deodorize that existence. The world knows. I haven't been a victim of this profiling. Of course, I have covered stories, personal stories of people who have been victims just simply because they are carrying their Nigeria passports. And then when you talk about it, the proud Nigerians abroad, they want you to stop saying that, stop washing our dirty linens in the public. But the rest of the world are making policies because of you. And you still you're not paying attention. This guy says something, he's a comedian, but I love the way he presents it. Let's enjoy this long watch. It's about this, your passport. You probably should tell us, what has been your own experience? Those of you who are frequent flyers. Oh yeah, I'm not talking to you. Some of you who have your second passports, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to all of you, right? Who somehow, you have been singled out, profiled, even embassies, you have been denied visas with no real explanation. It happens. The European countries, they made 137 million euros from refused Schengen visas alone from Nigerians in 2023. 137 million euros. This is not about those who applied for visas and they got theirs granted, though. But this is the money they made from refusing you with no real explanation. Right? And then you are wondering why South Africans can go to the US, they can go to the UK. All they have to do is just to ask, and they will be given the visa. I think it's pretty much like a special one that doesn't require them bringing the birth certificate of their great-great-great-grandfather or great-great-great-grandmother, or bring the land documents of their family heritage from the last 200 years to prove that they will come back. Why do you think Kenyans are also very much have an easy access to some of the countries that you have to go to the mountains to go and pray about? It's all because of what you have tolerated in that contraption. You've normalized and then pretend that maybe the world is not seeing it. Listen to this if you have the time.
Nigeria, we hate. Baba, we hate Nigeria now. Bro, where they go on with the Nigerian passport now? The Ministry of Interior. First of all, let me say, according to news, because now news now they say now that the process of getting our passport is not easier than before. Thank you. But after we get the passport, where will they go now? Where will they use and go? Where? It's getting crazier. I'm not talking about when Nigerians already get visa. Then you won't enter all those countries at the point of entry. The stress where they put you through as a Nigerian, man, leave that one aside. Because if you be regular traveler as a Nigerian, we don't travel long before now, you may not go through this stress. So when people they talk, I go to say that they exaggerate. But for new travelers, but that aside, the protocol and the process at which they keep denying us visa. Did you see how much the EU made from denying Nigerians the Schengen visa? They keep bringing up different. First of all, I want travel. I'm never sure whether you'll give me visa. You say, make me go bring flight tickets, confirmed flight tickets. Make I go give you confirmed hotel accommodation. For visa, I never know whether you'll give me. So why if you can't deny me? Later you come, oh, Nigerians used to follow shortcut. Oh, they follow boycott. First way you never give visa, you say, may buy flights. May book hotel. Flight na 2.5. Then the person you call denial. Unnecessary reason. Oh, for some they say, oh, because you don't have family tie. So where they write them, say now only who get family go travel. It's that time that our government needs to do some serious diplomatic bilateral agreements. See Ghana now, as I speak to you, Ghana and South Africa don't come together to do an agreement. Both passports are now visa free to each other. This one is Western Africa, that one is Southern Africa. Benin Republic is visa free to South Africa. Some other countries that will amaze you. I'm using Southern Africa because that one access now within Africa. South Africa, as I speak to you, they deny Nigerians visa like say na mood that they take give am. Oh, if you talk, they say, oh, na Nigerians spoil am. We say, we not dey behave ourselves. You dey crazy. Behave ourselves, we dey commit crime. How many Nigerians don't commit that crime compared to the number of Nigerians where they give actual value for those nations? Do you know the number of Nigerians who come up from Nigeria, they go give value for all these nations? Your bloggers, now they make feel saying that Nigerians where they commit crime because we they commit crime. We reach Mexicans, we reach Indians, we reach Chinese, Russians, Europeans, Americans, Indians for this America with this Indians. Who do reach them? Yes, now then all the IT firms, America no come profile them, so Indians they commit crime because of that one. Do you know the value that Nigerians bring in America? Then if 10 Nigerians go commit something, once your blogger post them, I go say na Nigerians cause them. Are you crazy? Out of how many million Nigerians? Why the bloggers they only show a negative thing? Because now that kind of thing they like. Who get foul? Now only can go they feed them because you know say na corn foul like. Right? When they post the positive things where millions of Nigerians they do out here, they don't go get engagement. Una could do like someone no see. And so for that reason, they wait any one Nigerian. That's why you go see crime go happen, something go happen. It go be one Nigerian and 49 other people. That 49 other people will be Americans. Your blog will capture them, Nigerian and others. Because you know say that kind of news on they like. Suddenly on say Nigeria. They are 49, that's where they come from. Oh, now people like they also give us bad names. So you think in your head and in your mind, say somebody like us probably commit fraud to that level without the help of actual Americans? You think saying if you pull out those kind of money out of the American system without the help of actual Americans? Are you joking? Then you come console yourself, say, oh, now those kind as America hold on now, so now in brain now they go just use in brain, they catch people. How? You get brain pass Americans where they do fraud. No be brain way passing you, they take catch am. Hey, they ask you, no be brain way passing on, they take catch am before. Are you joking? It's about time that I come. You go want to apply visa, see Turkey. You want to apply visa, Turkey visa embassy would ask you for birth certificate. For my passport, we get my birthday, get my national identification number, where my country give me. You could ask me for birthday. I understand you know me past my country. Then when somebody go for the birth certificate, when you put too much protocol, people go to find way to boycott them. People go to, that's why even for Bible they say the multitude of words transgression is fine. When you talk too much, you go miss yan. Now the same thing with when you put too much protocol, because it's human nature first of all no like protocol. When you put too much people they find way to boycott am. First you want travel, say make go bring flight ticket. Oh, make go bring hotel reservation. Oh, make go bring. The rules are getting crazier. Our politicians, as far as them and their children fit travel, they get diplomatic passports now, so they don't care. Go and do some alignment with nations. I know everything Nigerians go dey beg for now. We no fit travel again, just say make you even go catch fun. Oh, na Nigerians dey spoil am as how. Google am na top 50 immigrants wey dey commit crime across nations. We no dey top 50. We like this as a nation, we no dey. The nations wey dey there, their citizens dey travel around the world as they like. Which crime pass one wey Obama go do for Libya, wey actually by himself confess and say na the biggest mistake of his presidential career be that. American passports still dey go everywhere. In America, nobody commits more crime than Americans themselves. Check am now. Google am. The Americans commit more crimes than the immigrants. I never ever work anywhere for this American. Make an American tell me say, oh, Nigerians na bad people. No, na Nigerian bloggers. Once they say, oh, you're Nigerian, then they first dey interested in you, because as far as they are concerned, you are a smart African. We dey focus, we know wetin you find come. They want to be your friend. The traveling process is getting crazier. So today they go lift the minimum balance so the person get to 10 million. The next day they will lift out to 20 million. Next day they will lift out to 30 million. How many Americans get 30 million converted to dollars in their account balance? Where you expect an African, will be third world country, to get 30 million before you travel? 30 million naira now in the American convert is about 20-something thousand dollars. How many Americans keep 20-something thousand dollars as their account balance for America? How many British get 20,000 pounds as their account balance? Call British. Why you'd expect somebody from a third world to get up to 15 million, 30 million before you go to travel? Why? Why you no fit use in 10 million, just travel, go enjoy, come back? You know why? Your nations no go speak for you. The leaders of your nation no go there, go do proper bilateral agreement. Tell them, so Bob, my people supposed to just the way your people they freely come enjoy. You my people go enjoy. Nigeria go they follow better nations, they drag. Oh, do visa, you know, do visa. It's crazy. We are not even saying may they give us visa free. No. But the process and the protocols are getting crazier and frustrating. Then when you frustrate people tomorrow, they call you.
So that's a regular rant, but maybe we can give some answers. Bruv, number one, the world knows Nigeria. And they know that majority of us are coming from places like this. Escaping from those who made our lives mostly that way. Not having the audacity to actually face them to make the matter worse. They seen that your criminal politicians, they could get away with anything. Nigeria is so corrupt that they now see you as commodities. They pick the best. Yeah, they still give people visa. They pick the best who they think has some value to add. And then the rest, they make money off you. So to make the matter worse, brother, a drug dealer, heroin trafficker is now the president of that contraption. So usually, the world would sit down, because this is like modern slavery, okay? What can we benefit from this chaotic contraption? They are smart people. Some of them are very educated and very ambitious as well. Okay, let's design a visa plan for them. The categories of what and what and what. Okay, we need this, and that. And let's design the visa categories for them. We need just 100,000 of them in a space of 2 years. Now they will announce it. What is the monetary value? How are we going to sponsor? How are we going to fund this project? 100,000 trained immigrants from Nigeria, because this is going to